Hello and welcome. On 19th May 2023, the RBI has come up with a circular and this is about withdrawal of 2000 rupee currency notes. The RBI has also issued a press release and we all know about this. So in today's video, let's understand why has RBI withdrawn these 2000 rupee currency notes. I mean, what are the reasons that the RBI has come up with in support of this withdrawal? Then if you have 2000 rupee currency notes with you, then what do you have to do? And in the end, we are going to understand some of the challenges that we are going to face after the issue of this circular. Let's start with the question, why this withdrawal? Before we talk about withdrawal, let's understand why did RBI introduce these 2000 rupee currency notes at first place? I mean, what is the purpose for introduction of these notes? As per the circular, after demonetization, that is in November 2016, when 500 and 1000 rupee currency notes were no more treated as legal tender, there was a shortage of currency. So these 2000 rupee currency notes were introduced to meet currency requirements of the market. Let's now talk about withdrawal. RBI has specified 5 reasons. First, the purpose for which these notes were introduced, that is to meet currency requirements. This was met in financial year 2018-19 itself, when bank notes in other denominations, that is 500 and 200 rupee notes, were available in adequate quantities. Second reason, there is a decline in the total value of 2000 rupee currency notes in circulation. We have some numbers here. As on 31st March 2018, this value was about rupees 6.73 lakh crore, that is 6.73 trillion. After 5 years, that is as on 31st March 2023, this number has dropped to 3.62 trillion rupees. That is, notes in circulation have come down from 37.3% to 10.8%. Third reason, these currency notes are not commonly used for transactions. This is quite obvious because for low value transactions, it would be difficult to use 2000 rupee currency notes. Moreover, after introduction of UPI, we use Bheem, Google Pay, Phone Pay, etc. for these transactions. Then when it comes to high value transactions, we usually use debit or credit cards or net banking. So use of this currency is limited even here. So this reason is quite obvious. Fourth reason, these currency notes were last printed in March 2017 and as per the circular, the estimated lifespan of these 2000 rupee currency notes is about 4 to 5 years, which is already over. Last reason, as part of clean note policy, that is to provide good quality notes to the public. Now, good quality notes here could mean secured, not soiled, etc. Now, when I think about these 5 reasons, the last 2 seem a bit weird to me. That is because for years we have been using decade-old currencies and here we are just talking about 5 years. Anyway, these are the reasons of RBI. Let us now see, if you have 2000 rupee currency notes with you, then what do you have to do? You have 2 options. One is deposit, the other one is to go for exchange. First, let's talk about deposit. You can deposit these currency notes into your bank account. For this, you may reach out to any nearest branch of your bank. Say for example, if you have account with State Bank of India, then you may reach out to any branch of SBI and deposit these notes. But here you need to remember one thing, your bank account should be KYC compliant. That is, you should have periodically updated your ID and address. Whenever there is a change, you should have updated such change. So if your account is KYC compliant, then you can deposit any value of these currency notes, say value worth 50,000, 1 lakh, etc. and no limit restriction for you. Let us now talk about exchange. That is to exchange these currency notes for any other denominations, say 500, 200, etc. For this, you can reach out to any bank which is near to your place where you may or may not have a bank account. Say for instance, you have bank account with SBI, but the nearest bank to you is HDFC Bank, but you have no account with HDFC Bank. Even then, you can reach out to HDFC Bank and exchange these currency notes. Again, here you need to remember few things. First, the bank is not going to ask you for any ID or address proof. Usually you're not required to fill any form, but some bank might insist for it. So the requirements are going to vary from one bank to the other. Last one, for operational convenience, a transaction limit has been specified. And as of now, this limit is 20,000 rupees at a time. But some banks are treating this as daily limit. So the requirement is going to vary from one bank to the other. So for exact information, you may reach out to the bank that you are planning to visit for exchange. Whether it is deposit or exchange, you don't have to pay any bank charges. Whatever money that you deposit into your account, the entire money would be credited to your account. Similarly, if you go for exchange, you would get equivalent value in other denominations. Another important thing to remember is there is a time limit within which you have to do this. And this time limit as of now is on or before 30th September 2023. So the crux here is, if you go for deposit, then there is no transaction limit for you. But for exchange, there is a transaction limit of 20,000 rupees. And this could be a transaction limit or a daily limit. But what if you want to exchange more than 20,000 rupees? Say for example, you run a business or profession, or for some other reason you require cash more than 20k, then what do? If you have bank account, then you can deposit it into your account because there is no transaction limit applicable in this case. But if you do not have bank account, then the only option is to make frequent trips to the bank for exchange. There are certain other aspects in this circular which are worth noting. First, if you are a senior citizen or for someone who is differently abled, then the RBI in its circular has instructed banks to make special arrangements to reduce inconvenience. Now, these arrangements could vary from one bank to the other. For instance, if you have bank account with ICICI Bank, then you may avail doorstep banking services where an executive comes to your home and you can make use of this service to deposit or to go for exchange. Or let's say some other bank might have a different queue system for senior citizens and differently abled persons, which would help in reducing inconvenience to some extent. Next, let's say you go to a bank for deposit or exchange, but the bank doesn't accept your notes. Then what do? This is a two-step process. First, you can raise a complaint with the concerned authorities of the bank. Let's say you go to Canara Bank and the bank doesn't accept your notes. So you can raise complaint with concerned authorities of Canara Bank. If you don't get response within 30 days or if the response is not satisfactory, then step 2, that is to register complaint on the complaint management system portal of RBI. You may find the link of this portal in the description. Now the last part, challenges that we are going to face because of this circular. First, it is stated in the circular that 2000 rupee currency notes are going to be considered as legal tender even after September 2023, yet you will not be able to use it from 1st October 2023. This is not quite understandable to me. Actually, the time limit is up to 30th September, but most of the people have already stopped accepting these notes. Even some hospitals don't accept it. Second one, what if you are not able to deposit or exchange within 30th September? Say for example, you are abroad and you are going to be back only after September, say in October, November, then what do? As of now, we have no clear answers to these questions. We have to wait for clarifications. Before we wrap up, if you have 2000 rupee currency notes with you, then deposit or exchange it within 30th September 2023. This is all I have for you today. Hope the video was informative. Thank you for watching.